What is up, guys? PocketCraft here, and welcome back to the Minecraft Pocket Edition Survival Guide. So today is all about enchanting. I'm going to teach you guys how enchanting works, how to set things up so you can get the most out of it, what kind of things you're going to need. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the build that I'm going to do for my enchanting setup here. So since, as you can see, I've cleared quite a bit of area, and I've got a lot of wood. Hopefully this is enough. I honestly don't know if it will be. But as you know, I'm trying to do better about building stuff and making things look good this season. So I'm going to try and make an enchanting tree. I think that'll look kind of cool. My vision's somewhat of like the Great Dooku tree, if any of you guys have ever played Zelda. I don't know how that'll work out. I've never made a tree in Minecraft before besides normal trees like that. So I'm going to try and work on it. I've made one, a model in creative, and so we'll see how it works. But I'm going to get on that, and I'll start doing the basics of it right now, and then I'll bring you guys back, and we can talk a little bit about how it's going, and then we can get into what you actually need to start enchanting things. So I finished the outline here of wood, and so now I just need to add all the leaves. But I really like the stripped oak logs for the floor. I really like the look of it. I think it looks super sweet. I like the stripped oak columns as well. These are supposed to be roots. I'm not really sure how I feel about the look of it. I don't know if we'll keep it or get rid of them, but I think it's okay for now. This branch over here does look a little weird. Obviously, you guys can tell that. But it's because I have a plan for that, and it kind of had to be a certain way. I think it'll look better once I cover it up in leaves, but we'll see. And so I'm going to go up and just cover this entire thing with a ton of leaves. I ended up getting way more wood than I needed, which is good because I was worried I wasn't going to have enough. And I'm sure it'll be like that with leaves as well because I have a ton of leaves. But I'm just going to try and cover it all over the place, see if I can make it look nice. And so I'll be doing that, but I will bring you guys back when this thing is thoroughly covered in leaves. And then we got a couple more things to talk about, and we can really get into how enchanting works. All right, welcome back, everybody. And here it is. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it so far. I think I like it. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. Think it looks good. Might look a little too messy, but I wanted to make it not look too uniform. Like I wanted it to seem more natural. And then I made a bridge here. Not sure how I feel about the materials used for the bridge, but I think I like it. I think it looks nice. And then one quick thing I wanted to point out is I got a new horse. So my other brown horse is still really good, and I left him over at the village over there. I went and stole some bookshelves. That's another thing with Silk Touch. If you break a bookshelf with a Silk Touch pick or any other Silk Touch tool, it will stay as a bookshelf when normally they would turn into books. And so I was able to get a couple bookshelves over from the library in the village over there. There were only 4, but that's still 4 more than I had to make. But I found this guy, and he's even faster than my other one. But not only that, I decided I'm going to name him Shadowfax. For any of you guys out there who are fans of Lord of the Rings, it's the name of Gandalf's horse. And so I thought that'd be a fun name, but I don't have a name tag yet, so we'll have to wait before we can name him that. And it looks like the sun's about to go down, but I want to go through some of the things I've got together here. So for an enchanting setup, you will need at least 15 bookshelves to get the enchanting table all the way to the highest level of enchantments it can do. An enchanting table, which we're going to craft in a second, you need diamonds to do it. It might only be 1 diamond. I'm going to grab 3 just in case. I think it's just diamond, obsidian, and books. I'm not sure. We'll go make it in a second. But to make bookshelves, I guess I should start with, to make books, a book is 3 pieces of paper and 1 piece of leather. And then bookshelves are 3 books and some wood planks. And then now an enchanting table is 4 pieces of obsidian, a book, and 2 diamonds. And so this is what you need to actually enchant things. But then if you put bookshelves around it, you can get better enchantments, if that makes sense. And so that's the reason that we are carrying around a random bookshelf. And I need to craft some things to actually enchant. And we might as well go with the diamond shovel. That's a fun thing. I'll bring a couple other things for us to try and enchant, just so we have some things to work with. But we'll have to get the setup open as well. And I want to show you guys the tree and the plans I have for it. I think there's some cool things that we're going to have going on in there. So we'll head on over. We may have to come back here for a couple things. As you can see, I made lanterns, this is the first time using those in the series. I thought that might be a fun light source to use in here because it is really dark. And one fun thing with lanterns is you can get them to kind of hang down. And a trick that you can do is you can use fence posts and then make this cool little thing to hang down. And then you can hang a lantern down, and it makes a pretty cool looking light source. And that might be a little too low. I hope not. We'll see. But we're going to do that around in here just as a fun little thing to light it up. It looks a little bit cooler than, you know, just a bunch of torches thrown down everywhere, which is what I usually do. And I did not mean to put a bookshelf there, but as you can see with Silk Touch, it'll just go back into a bookshelf, which is awesome because normally that would go back into, I think it's still 3 books, so you can make it back into a bookshelf pretty easily. But it's just obnoxious to have to go through that process. And so this area up here, and the reason that branch looks different is I want to build up a bit of a secret passageway, not a super secret. It'll probably just be not, yeah, it won't be too secret, but I want to build some sort of passageway to get up there, and that's going to be the potion room. And so this will be like the enchanting table and potion room. I thought that fit together pretty well. And so that's what I wanted to do there. But without further ado, let's get into enchanting, how it works. So I want to place the table somewhere in the middle. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put it, I feel like right here looks pretty good. And then the bookshelves, you usually place them about 1 away on each side. So something like this, I think, is how we'll do it. We'll probably go 2 right there. And then we'll probably put these right here. And let's see what level enchants it's at right now. You can put it in here and check. Right now we're at level 29 enchants. So I think we need 1 more bookshelf. And we'll put it right there. I think looks the most normal. It's a little weird. But now we can see that we're at level 29 still. Oh, I think I know what the issue is. I don't know if it can be that high. We may have to put that guy somewhere up here, which might look a little bit awkward with the pattern. Or I could probably put it in one of the corners and it might work. Let's see what happens if we put it right here. And that doesn't look very good. I don't like that, but we'll see, just see if it works. So there we go, level 30. So level 30 is the highest that it can go. But to enchant things, there's one more thing we haven't grabbed yet. You need lapis. And so that's that blue ore that you mine. You also need that to enchant things. And so we'll bring some lapis in there with us. Let's see if there's anything else we may want to end up enchanting. We don't have a diamond sword yet, and we'll get one eventually from trading, but we might as well go for an enchanted diamond sword. And we could try and enchant a bow with something, even though we already have enchanted. That'll be plenty for now, just to give us some stuff to work on. So I'll make a sword really quickly. And this way I just have some stuff to demonstrate with you guys, and maybe we'll get some good stuff out of it too. Who knows? So we'll go over to our enchanting table over here. Almost there. And so you come in here. You'll put whatever you want to enchant in the top. So we'll go with our shovel for now. And then you put lapis in the bottom. And you can see the level 1, we can get either Unbreaking 2, Fortune 2, or Silk Touch. And so Silk Touch is pretty good. I mean, on a shovel, there's not a whole lot that you can use it. But one thing with enchanting is once you put the shovel in here, for any diamond shovel, until we enchant this, these are the enchantments. And thus we enchant something else in between. So if you don't like those, you can switch it, and we'll put our diamond sword in here. And we get Unbreaking 2, Bane of Arthropods, which isn't very good, or Bane of Arthropods 5. So we definitely don't want to enchant our sword with that. Then we can put in the bow and see if there's anything here we like. Power 2, which is what my other bow has. Flame 1, or Flame 1 with possibly other things. So I'm going to go with the Flame 1, actually. I do want a Flame 1 bow. I think that's pretty cool, so we're going to get that. And so Flame 1 makes it so, okay, yeah. So when they're the ones over here, it can add other things. And this just got like pretty much a perfect bow. It has Flame 1. Oops, I just dropped it. Which is, so Flame 1, it makes the arrows, fire arrows that you shoot. And then Unbreaking 3 just makes it harder to break. But Power 4 means it does more damage. Punch 2 just pushes them back. It's like kick back on a sword. But the really cool one we got on here is Infinity. Infinity means all you need is 1 arrow, and you can just keep shooting arrows and you don't run out, which is super, super nice, especially for me because I've been running low on arrows. So that is a really cool enchantment. And one other thing I want to teach you guys that we're not going to do because that bow is way better, but we'll probably end up having to do with some things, is you can combine enchanted things and other things just to repair them or to combine enchantments, which I think I talked a little bit about how we'll probably do that. And to do that, you need an anvil, which I believe to make an anvil is a couple iron blocks and stuff. I don't really know, yeah. So, it's 3 iron blocks and then 4 iron ingots. So they can be a little expensive, and they do break over time. So that's another pro of having an iron farm, because anvils are cool. And so we'll place this in there as well with our enchanting setup. And so say, the reason I talk about this usually is with my whole villager setup. We can just put it right there. But theoretically, we could combine this bow, and it'll combine the enchantments. Now, we're not going to do that because that would just be pretty useless because this already has all those. But I usually talk about that. You can also do it to if there's durability issues, right? So this is broken a little bit, this is broken a little bit. It'll be fixed. But what you could do is sometimes villagers, right? You can get like, I don't know, maybe looting on one sword from a villager and then him breaking on another, and you could combine them. But this is also where if you get enchanted books, you can combine them with things. And so that's one thing we will talk about really quickly right here, I guess. Let's check, see if there's anything better with sword. Sharpness 4 is pretty good. Smite 3 and break. We might actually go for the sharpness 4. That's pretty good. Let's look here. Fortune 2, silk touch, unbreaking. Nothing crazy there. And then we can put books in and see what you can get. We can get projectile protection, silk touch, blast protection. Silk touch is pretty good, but I think I really honestly want a sharpness 4 sword and it came with fire aspect. That's pretty cool. So that's a pretty okay sword. Not perfect, but it's pretty good. I would want to get looting on there, but I think we can get looting books from our villagers. And actually, just to demonstrate how the anvil works, especially because now I'm at level 28, so I can't do level 30 enchants. So to demonstrate how enchanted books work, and then another thing that I want to work on in here, I'm going to go get the looting book from the village over there really quickly. All right, so I got the looting book, but there's something I want to show you guys really quickly. Actually, I was just thinking about it logically. I should put looting on my sword first, and then I'll show you guys the really cool thing about fire aspect, which some of you probably already know, but for those of you who don't, it's something pretty cool. So coming over to the anvil here, so we have our sword that we want to put looting on, and then we have the looting 3 book that I got from a villager, and we can combine them, and now my sword is sharpness 4, fire aspect 2, and looting 3. And so now I want to show you guys the really, really cool thing about this. So looting makes it so you get more drops from whatever you hit with your sword. But fire aspect, since it puts the things you hit on fire, if you kill an animal with it, you get cooked meat instead of normal. So I just got cooked pork chops instead of normal pork chops because I'm hitting them with a flame fire aspect sword. So this is like super, super clutch. It saves on a lot of coal. So I think it's pretty sweet. So that's a pretty cool thing from that. And now there's one more main thing I really want to do on this build before we're done today. We've done a lot today, right? We've talked a lot about enchanting. We've got some pretty good gear that's going to help us out a lot as we go to the end and just throughout the game. But I really want to make some sort of secret passage type thing up here. Now, I don't really know how I'm going to go about doing that. That's going to take a little bit of figuring out on my part. So I'm going to do some of that figuring out off camera, and I'm going to bring you guys back because I want to see how we can make this work. So I'll see you guys back in just a couple minutes, but hopefully it'll be fun. So after much thought and a lot of experimentation, I don't think a secret room up there is the best idea. I came up with a couple different ideas with sticky pistons and bubble elevators and all sorts of stuff, but it just kind of threw off the feel of this room too much. And I really want this to look good, just as like the Enchanting Tree. And so I think I'll find something else to do with that room up there, but I really don't want to do that as the potion room. I think I'm just going to do a different area altogether. I'll make a different build for potions. And I mean, potions has a lot of stuff in it, so that's probably enough to be its own episode anyways. So we'll end up doing that shortly in the future because I do want to do that pretty soon. I'm tempted to do a little bit of it before I go to the end just because I want to be able to there's a certain potion that you usually want to bring with you to the end unless you get a different item. So I think maybe I'll just get the different item, and then I'll talk about that potion in my episode about preparing for the end, and then I'll do potions guide a little bit shortly after to explain how that works. However, something else really exciting did happen that I want to talk to you guys about, and I just realized I don't have anywhere to put my horse over there. So I'll put it over here to tell you guys about it, because it's something I'm stoked about. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's something that I'm excited about. And my horse is already running away. This guy does not want to be with me. What the heck? It's all right. We'll become better friends soon. But what's really exciting is I was AFKing at the iron farm, and I found, well, I killed a zombie after I came out. I got mobbed by like 10, and one of them dropped a carrot. And so I'm stoked about that because a carrot is like the only one of the crops we don't have now. We finally got melon seeds, and so a carrot is all we need. So I'm going to go over to our normal little farm here, and I'm going to start planting some carrots. I'll probably replace one of my like 3 wheat fields that I have with carrots. And then what we'll be able to do from there is we'll get a bunch of these, and then eventually we'll make our big crop farm. We'll add one more layer and have it be carrots. And just so you guys know, a really quick and easy way to harvest crops, which can be a little bit awkward, is just because it'll break the torches too, but you can just put down a water bucket and it'll take down just about everything. And so that's a really quick way to do it, so you don't have to punch everything. But I'm going to go through, I'm going to put that carrot in here. Oopsies. And I'll farm that up. But next episode, we are going to be preparing to go to the end. And so that's going to be really, really exciting. So make sure to look out. Next Saturday, it'll be dropping. And we'll see about preparing to go to the end. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like because it helps me out a lot. If you have any questions about enchanting or anything else we talked about, please put it down in the description, in the comment section below, excuse me. And I will see you guys all in that next video.